how the world of God is dream for humans and for everybody else. Let me explain you and prove you here with my beautiful explanation on reality and truth. Because I'm talking about the world of God of genies. Because genies are thinking as if someone understands something and thinks. When they think, their thinking comes out from their head, which becomes a genie. So, which becomes a genie in the sense it's a genie which comes out from the head. So, let me tell you an example of humans. Let me tell you example on human. Like if human understands something and thinks something, when human understands of apple, as he has already seen apple and he just understands about apple and remembers apple, and when he thinks or remembers apple, so that is thinking actually, which is said from mind, which is speak from mind. So when the human thinks from mind, the genie of apple comes out from his head. But since the genies are not seen to humans, because they live in the world of God, because they say that dream, by they live in the world of God, I mean genies says it's the world of God where they live and survive. So when the genie comes out from human head, he becomes, he is already a genie which is not seen to humans. And how is it possible a thinking can be a genie which is not seen to everyone in human reality, but to only those in the world of God they see them? So because the universe was originally a fake dream which became real by the belief of original God, who is believing that universe is real. So when the genie comes out from the human head, it's like wind for human, because thinking is, what is thinking actually? A dream. And what is dream? Dream is nothing but just like wind. You can say it's a wind, like air, wind in the sense air. So what is actually thinking? Thinking is nothing but just a dream, like wind or air. You can say wind only. So because the universe itself is a dream, so in dream, when any human thinks, that thinking is actually air which is not seen to anyone, which is known as genie to the world of God, genies. Because in the dream, if you think, then I'm talking about the world of God, of genies, which is in dream of humans. So if any genie understands something or understands of apple and thinks in dream, thinks in the world of God, then that their thinking comes out from the head as wind. I'm telling genie's originality. Like they come out from the genie head as wind only. In the sense they they are made of wind, which cannot be seen to humans or maybe to others. But I'm sure most of the genies are seen to other genies in the world of God. So because the wind is nothing but just property of truth in the world of God and universe dream also. So if a human understands something and thinks something, when he thinks something, he is already in dream. When he is already in dream and when he thinks, then he cannot see his thinking, which becomes a wind after coming out from his head. So he says that it was just a thinking and dream for him. So when thinking comes out from human in his reality, in the dream which he lives, it's wind for him, because wind is never seen to anyone, but wind can be felt. And you can just simply if you believe in genies or in the world of God, just ask any genie. I'm telling to humans especially, or somebody who believes the world of God to be true and stays with humans in reality of humans. Just ask genies to go from hand of human, just pass from hand of human, from back to front of hand of human, and if just ask human to feel what he feels, and human will say that what he felt on his hand was wind, but not thinking or dream, because the originality of genies is that they are dream in dream, in the sense when human understand something and think something, that thinking comes out from human head as wind, which is genie. So what is actually wind? That the thinking originality is wind, like manufactured The genie is manufactured as wind, which comes out from human head. And after genie comes out from human head, he is known as genie, but not wind, because wind is never seen. Wind can be felt. So in the world of God, which is dream world for humans, which is dream for humans, which is in dream for humans, they see they can see the same thing after they come in reality of humans to check whether I am true or not. And they can find out how much true I am, to understand the world of God of genies or spirits or shadows or dead ones. So like this, when genies who lives in the world of God, which is in dream of humans, they make something in human body, like a board, like a game board in human body. So that game board is seen to them, and they can feel it because they are to dream. And when they try to make game board by saying it's their property, the property makes the game board through wind, which is dream only. Because let me tell you what is wind and dream. What is wind actually? Wind is not seen, and wind is everywhere actually. You feel it when you believe it. Or when it passes from you, you feel it. So that same thing, because the wind is dream only, because dreams are not seen, and wind is also not seen, but wind is felt, and dream can be felt too if believed in it. So the property, when genies tries to make something with the property of truth, it becomes like a wind. Like air in human body, and they are able to see what is in their world of God, which is dream only. So dream can see dream. You understand? So just like this, let me tell you an example. When human sees another human, because human is in the same dream, universe dream, so he sees another human. Now let me tell you about world of God dream. When another genie sees another genie, he sees genies. because they are in another dream, in which is dream for humans, which is in dream of humans. So those who lives in their dreams, they are able to see their dreams, but not other dreams, until they believe it. So let me tell you again on wind and air and dream. So basically, what is wind? You might be having a question like, a wind is that which passes from you and you feel it. That is called wind. So you are right. But how anyone can say that wind just passes from you? Because where the wind comes from? And what is wind actually? Wind is everywhere. You understand? Because wind is not seen. If you are saying wind is just a property which is in the planet Earth on certain places, then you are wrong. Because wind is not seen. Wind is everywhere. But it can be felt when the wind passes from you through something. So wind is actually air only, and we are in completely universe dream. So dream originality is wind only, wind, air, or just wind, which is made of wind. So if wind does not, if nobody, or if wind does not passes from you, then you will say that it's not wind. It's not that. If anyone says that wind is something else, rather what is unseen, or air. So wind is that which is air only, which is also unseen, and which is also dream in many other sense. So in dream, if you just try to take a fan and just try to switch on the fan, and you will see the wind passes from you. So what the fan does, that wind passes from you, because the fan is put in front of you, and there is no such thing as wind. And why would the fan make wind? And from where the fan makes wind? You tell me. Tell me! From where the fan makes wind when there is no wind available, when there is no wind actually. So fan cannot make wind from somewhere else, or from the fan itself. Fan is trying to make wind from somewhere. It's not making wind. It's just passing wind. By making wind, I mean the fan is not developing wind from scratch. The fan is just moving. And when the fan moves, the air, the oxygen, where it is put, that becomes wind in the dream. I mean, when the fan is switched on and there is no such thing as wind in the room, and the fan is in the room and in front of you, when the fan moves, the fan moves fast, and when it moves fast, it spreads wind from inside the dream where the fan is located, because there is nothing like wind in the room, and it spreads wind in the room by just moving the fan, by just moving it. So how it makes it? I mean, because the fan is not a machine like which makes wind from the scratch by developing the wind. So the fan just moves in dream. When the fan is moved in dream, which is universe dream for humans. So when the fan is moved, so it moves in dream. A dream which spreads wind through which spreads air from the dream, in the dream. So if anyone says that fan makes wind, then how this is possible? Because fan cannot make wind. Fan cannot make wind. By make it means that you make it from scratch. And when fan makes the wind, it's not from scratch. I mean, it's already in the dream. Like if any plant moves, the wind comes. So the fan does not makes the wind. So it's in the nature of dream, which is running by the belief of original God, that there is wind. So just like human understands and thinks, and when he thinks, the wind comes out, the air comes out from the human head. The original God understands, and maybe his genies understands and thinks. So the winds passes in the dream. And you can make a note, when the fan moves very fast, it does not takes wind from anywhere. And fan cannot make wind from air, which is not seen in the dream. I mean, air, what is air actually? Air is oxygen. So what is oxygen? Oxygen is dream only, inside dream, which is unseen. So this way only genies, I mean genies in the world of God makes anything or something by the property of truth, which they get or have in human body or somewhere, and they are able to see it, and they live in it. So they say that this is the proof that this is the word of God, which you will see it, which you will hear it, and you will believe it. But it's only possible for those who are dreams, who are thinking, who are made of wind or air inside the universe dream. So those who are thinking, air, wind, dream, they can go inside dream of human. For others, like humans, is just wind or air. And wind and air is just dream, because it's not seen, it can be felt. But since wind is not seen, originally, I'm talking about originally, like there might be some people who will say that wind can be seen. If you just put some powder, then you can see that wind is passing out. I'm talking about originality. Without the powder, wind is not seen. So wind is what? Transparent. And the genie is what? Transparent. To humans. So I am sure that you have understood something and everything of what I have said in this audio recording and will share with everyone you know. I hope you have a beautiful day and enjoyed your time with me. How the oxygen or air becomes wind? You might be having a question after listening to my audio recording on genies origination that wind is not air, wind is not oxygen, wind is not dream or in dream because it's not seen. And how anyone can say wind is actually air or oxygen or unseen? So let me explain you here. Just take an example on your hand. Just keep your hand straight. Keep your left hand straight. And with your right hand, just move your hand above and bottom, above and below of the hand from front side fast, and you will feel on left hand that your movement of right hand made the air, oxygen unseen, into wind, which you felt on your left hand. So the same example, let me tell you another example. If a man, if a human walks or runs fast, he will feel that he is moving in wind, running in wind. That wind is passing him, I mean, wind is everywhere everywhere of him. Like when the human runs, when the man runs, he can feel the wind, even if the wind is not there, which proves that when something runs fast in the air or oxygen or unseen, that makes wind. And like wind is also unseen. By unseen I mean which is not seen, which is not seen or heard. Like it can be a dream too. Unseen can be a dream too. So the wind is actually spread when the fan moves it fast. I'm talking about fan because I gave example of fan in my audio recording on genies origination. So when the fan moves very fast and there is no wind in the room where the fan is located, so the fan just moves fast and the wind is automatically spread because because in the room there is no wind, so the fan just moves fast. When the fan moves fast, the air, the oxygen, the unseen to humans or anyone, it makes, it spreads, it does not mix, it spreads the air and or oxygen very fast, so that you feel it as wind. Because the fan does not, because the fan is not the first one to make wind, because when the fake dream became real, which is universe, the planet, inside planet, the wind started. So from where the wind started happening, they are the makers of wind. They are called as makers of wind. So if anyone says fan makes wind, so that cannot be proven as the maker of wind. You understand my point? So fan only spreads air, spreads wind through air, through movement, not through air, through movement, fast movement from air or oxygen or unseen. And there is no such thing as making wind through fan, because fan just moves. It does not mix air. It does not mix wind. It's already, because air is already there. Oxygen is already there in the room. So fan just moves. And when the fan moves very very fast, the air, the oxygen which is already in the room spreads very fast. Or moves very fast. So I hope you have understood my examples and knowing about wind in detail. And since wind is not seen, it's only a dream. Because wind and air is same, because air makes wind. When when someone moves fast in the air, so air is wind only, and wind is nothing but just dream which is not seen, as dream is that which is not seen. I hope you like my beautiful truth.